Hey, it's Jeff everyone, and on today's Disney Roundup, what you need to know before your visit to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge out in Disneyland post the reservation system. We also have price increases coming to the Disney dining plan in 2020, and also a sneak peek at the new live-action Lion King. All that and more right here on the DRU. Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the Disney Roundup, of course, where I will be bringing you up to date on what's going on in the Walt Disney Company and Disney parks. So let's get right to it. First off, this past week we received a new sneak peek of the live action remake of The Lion King, and I gotta say, it looks really good. I know a lot of people always complain of what's going on with the live action remakes and just all of them that are happening, if they're really necessary or not, but this looks good, and I think it will do really well at the box office as well. So it'll be coming to theaters July 19th. In this sneak preview that they gave us, we get to hear James Earl Jones's voice, which really hits home because, of course, he's Mufasa in this movie, and he was the voice of Mufasa in the original. So that was really good to hear him. We also get to hear Beyonce sing. I always thought she would do well in this movie, but when she's singing, when you hear her sing, it gave me goosebumps. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I will insert the link to the little preview that they gave us down below. Also, there's a new announced movie by Disney and Pixar that'll be coming to theaters in 2020. It is called Soul. In 2020, Pixar Animation Studios will take you on a journey from the streets of New York City to cosmic realms to discover the answers of life's most important questions. Soul is directed by two-time Academy Award winner Pete Docter, who has also directed the Pixar animated films Up and The Inside Out, and produced by Academy Award nominee Dana Murray, who did the short Lou. It's made by Disney and Pixar, so you know it's going to do well. It's going to be amazing. I haven't seen a bad movie Pixar's put out, so I'll be looking forward to this. Now, for outside of the parks. On June 27th, Walt Disney World will have its first ever high school golf national invitational. The quest for a magical national golf title will happen June 27th and 28th at Disney's famed Magnolia and Palm golf courses, the same courses that have been hosted by some of the biggest names in professional golf over the years. The boys will play at Disney, while the girls will compete nearby at Falcon's Fire Golf Club, and more than 300 golfers are expected to compete during the two-day event. I think this is a pretty cool deal. We know over at Disney they have a lot of sporting events happen. They have the Pop Warner football. They always have something going on with the Pro Bowl. I think Pro Bowl practices and stuff like that over at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. I expect if they have any receptions or interactions or get-togethers like that, that'll happen over there. And they'll probably keep them over to keep the theming, probably over at All Star Sports. But this is a pretty cool thing. And also, we have a new entrance sign at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort. Of course, Disney's Coronado Springs has been under construction for the debut of the Grand Destino Tower, which is set to open July 9th. It's said to bring in 500 rooms, rooftop dining, which will be the restaurant called Toledo, and include 2 new lounges. But they unveiled a new sign, and I'll include the picture of it here somewhere. But the sign seems a little lackluster, in my opinion, for being a Disney resort. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, but it just seems very plainish to me. The sign that you drive past to go to your resort is almost it's almost like the welcome home sign, I would say. I don't understand why they didn't add a little bit more to this, little Disney magic here and there. I don't know, but let me know in the comments down below what you think of the sign. Now over to parks news. First off, there are extended hours for select days at the Magic Kingdom in July and August. July 24th, the park will close at 11 p.m. and there will be extra magic hours from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. at the Magic Kingdom. And for August 2nd and the 3rd, the park will close at 10 p.m. These are the only extended hours and extra hours dates that they've announced for this summer that I've seen so far. So, and this is 1 month prior to Galaxy's Edge opening at Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World. So I'm wondering if the reason why they're doing this is because this is such a peak time of people staying, and they want to have their guests have more opportunities to be able to explore the Magic Kingdom. This is the only park that has offered extra magic hours or an extended hours. So I'm wondering, I guess this is the peak time for them. I guess a lot of people are staying this time of year, and then it's going to die off possibly when Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opens, but who knows. But very cool. If you're going around this time, take advantage of the extra magic hours. It'll do wonders for you. Over at Disneyland Resorts, there are some things you need to know before planning your trip to go to Disneyland and visit Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And this was posted by Disney Parks blog. For guests wishing to live out Star Wars adventures and access to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which started June 24th. This is post the reservation system where you had to go online at the start of May, make reservations to get in, and you were only allowed a limited time in there. But starting June 24th, Disneyland Resorts may utilize a virtual queuing system as needed to help everyone have a great experience. Download the Disneyland app before arriving and check the app signage the day of your visit to find out if you will need to be part of a boarding group to visit Star Wars Galaxy's Edge that day. The boarding group will save you a virtual spot in line so you can enjoy other experiences while you wait to be notified of a time to enter. Now this is similar. I've never been to Universal Studios, Orlando, or Hollywood, but I know they have a virtual queuing system like this where you can place yourself in a ride or attraction wait time and then come back when it's your time to ride the ride. So you can go out and experience much more, which I like how Disneyland is doing this, so you don't have to spend hours upon hours waiting in line to ride the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run ride, which this did start the 24th, which was Monday, and I did see very long lines waiting to ride that. I believe the latest I saw, it was up to 160 plus minutes, and that was just in the morning, so who knows how long it actually got up to. For this, you may use the Disneyland app to request to be part of a boarding group after entering the Disneyland park. If implemented that day, simply link the theme park tickets of everyone in your party together on the app to request the same boarding group for your entire party. To see which boarding group is currently being admitted to the land, look on the app or digital signage in the park. For guests not using the Disneyland app, a boarding group may be obtained with a park admission ticket at select Disney Fast Pass services locations such as the Haunted Mansion, Indiana Jones Adventure, Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, or the Matterhorn bobsleds. So my best guess is if you want to be a part of the boarding group, which sounds similar to the reservation system that they did, do it on the Disneyland app. I don't trust going to the Fast Pass locations, especially. I believe the lines will add up on there. So if you can, make your reservation or boarding group pass or whatever on the Disneyland app. It'll be much simpler, but you're only going to be able to do this One, you have to have a ticket, you have to be inside the park and make the reservation for that to happen. Right. Now, reservations for Savvy's Workshop and Oga's Cantina. Of course, Savvy's Workshop is the place that you are able to build your own lightsaber, which is $200. I think it's after tax $215, but I've heard these lightsabers are very high quality compared to what you see in the stores, compared to the FX lightsabers. These are really nice lightsabers, and just the experience overall of building it is worth it from what I've heard. And Oga's Cantina, of course, it is the first place to serve alcohol in a Disneyland part of the park. So, of course, beginning June 24th, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge will no longer require a reservation to access the land, although reservations will be required for Savvy's Workshop and Oga's Cantina, which have very limited capacities. Guests wishing to book a reservation for these experiences may do so on the same day of their visit, beginning at 7 a.m. with a valid credit card. Reservations for both experiences will allow access into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at that time of the reservation, so it will not be necessary to join a boarding group. If applicable, to enter the land to participate in reserved experience, please visit disneyland.com/Savvy's Workshop or disneyland.com/Cantina for important details. So, it sounds like for the first couple months, I would say 3 months, maybe even longer, if you're going to visit Disneyland to do Star Wars, it's going to end up being an all-day thing. I'm not sure. Now, with the reservation system, you only received 4 hours inside Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I'm not sure with these boarding groups if that gives you a limited time or if you get as much time as you want. But it sounds like if you're able to get in, it could be an all-day thing, which it should be. It's a new park. Get the new experience of it, get the new feel. I've heard and seen it's like you're not even in a Disney park. You're in a whole different new world. But for this, if you want to do all 3, well, there's actually 4 attractions. They didn't include if there's a reservation system or not to build your own droid, but that's just as big of a part of the experiences I've heard with visiting Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So if you're looking to ride the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, build your own lightsaber, visit the cantina, and build your own droid, it's going to be an all-day thing. Now, if you're not into all that, I would pick and choose maybe one thing to do each day if you're able to. And I'm interested to see how this virtual queue works. I know they posted a picture of that as well that I'll include here, but I want to see how that goes as well and see how it compares to how they do it at Universal. And now, last week we saw, of course, the Walt Disney World annual passes price increase, and quite substantially. It's the highest that they've increased to my knowledge or in a very long time. But now, coming in 2020, the Disney dining plan will be going up in price as well. Now, a lot of people are familiar with the Disney dining plan. It's a plan that Disney provides that gives you a set amount of meals for a certain price while you're staying on property. I've personally never used it. It's never been suitable for me during my visits, but I know how it works. I know people that use it. They found it very accommodable for them. But I'm going to be telling you, if you use the Disney dining plan, here's what to expect if you're visiting next year, what price you're going to pay. So for the quick service dining plan, which includes 2 quick service meals, 2 snacks, and a refillable mug, in 2019 for kids it was $23.78, and in 2020 it will be an even $26. In 2019 for adults it was $52.50, and in 2020 it will be $55. the standard dining plan, which is 1 table service meal, 1 quick service meal, 2 snacks. I don't know if it's 2 snacks or 2 snack credits, and 1 refillable mug. Children, in 2019, it was 2,000. Wow, that would have been a little ridiculous. It would have been $27.98, and coming up in 2020, it will be $30.51. In 2019 for adults, the cost was $75.49, and in 2020 it will be $78.01. I don't know why they had to include the 1 penny. Disney will take every penny they can from you, and it just shows that there. Now for the deluxe dining plan, which comes with 3 table service meals or quick service meals, 2 snacks, and a refillable mug for children. In 2019, the cost was $43.49. In 2020, it will go up to $47.50. For adults in 2019, the cost was $116.25, and it will be going up to an even $119 in 2020. But like I mentioned last week, in last week's episode of the Disney Roundup, the cost of going to Disney will continue to go up every year. It's almost right there on the table because they keep adding in these new lands. We just had Toy Story Land added last year. Galaxy's Edge will be coming this fall, which I've heard is almost $1 billion land. And they keep adding on more things to the park. There's the Tron coaster that's coming over to the Magic Kingdom, and there's who knows what's more to come. Well, that's all I have for you today on today's episode of the Disney Roundup. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button for me and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. Until next time, we'll see you on the DRU.